Basically, before starting this topic, I would like to say that in the computer system, when your data is stored inside the computer, which have which is configured with some set of a special application that is used to serve the system or serve the request from the computers, that is called server, and the system or the computer which is actually designed to request a services to the system, that is called client. So these two are the basic fact. Before starting the architecture of the DBMS, we have to identify these two things. Next one, DBMS architecture depend upon how users are connected to database to get their request done. The DBMS design depend upon its architecture. The basic client server architecture is used to deal with a large number of PC, that is personal computers, web servers, database servers that are connected with networks. A database stores critical information and help access data quickly and securely. Therefore, selecting the correct architecture of DBMS help in easy and efficient data management. Types of DBMS architecture. There are mainly three different type of database management system architecture are there, that are called as one tier architecture, two tier architecture and three tier architecture. Here tier basically refers to the usability and accessibility of the database over the system. First one, that is called first tier or single tier architecture. In this particular architecture, there is a database stored inside the client as well as system on the single system, in which data can be store, retrieve and manipulate in single computer. Here as I written, I have one tier architecture in DBMS is the simplest architecture of database in which the client server and database all resides on the same machine. Next one, two tier architecture. Actually, this type of architecture used for the database management system whenever your database is stored on a server and the client, that means you are having the multiple user who is going to actually use the database from different clients. So this type of architecture is called two tier architecture. As I written here, a two tier architecture in DBMS is a database architecture where the presentation layer runs on a client. Presentation means application or softwares, that is your PCs, mobile phone, tablet, etc. And the data is stored on a server called second tier. The two-tier architecture provides added security to the DBMS as it is not exposed to the end user directly. It also provides direct and faster communication. Third one is that is called three-tier architecture. Three-tier architecture is basically designed for holding a huge range of usability of the database, that is based on the queue of serving the request from the database using the server. Here a three-tier architecture in DBMS is the most popular client server architecture in DBMS, in which the development and maintenance of functional process, logic, data access, data storage and user interface is done independently as separate module. It is an extension of two-tier client server architecture. A three-tier architecture has the following layers. That means presentation layer, that is your PCs, laptop and mobile. Second one, that is application layer, where the server is here, that is used to manage the client request, and the data server, that is the database server, that actually store the actual data in the computer system or the network. Next, the goal of three-tiered client-server architecture is to separate the user application and physical database. To support DBMS characteristics, program data independence, supporting multiple views of the data. Next one is that is called database languages. Here in the DBMS there are three type of database languages are there. First one is DDL, that is actually for creating data structure of the database and also can be used to modify the structure. Next one is DML. DML is used for inserting new records, retrieving, modifying and deleting database records. That is also called tuples or tables. Next one is that is called TCL. TCL basically stands for transaction control language, for that is used for managing entire database user and their privileges to work with database system. Next, we are going to understand the common commands related to the database languages. Here we have three different type of database languages, that is DDL, that is used to create data structure, that have the commands like create, alter, drop, truncate, rename and comment. This command is basically designed or used to manage data structure of the database. DML. DML stands for data manipulation language. It is basically used to insert new records, update existing records, retrieve, or basically used to manage the records of the database which is stored by the user. And the last one, that is called TCL, which is stands for transaction control language. It have very few commands to operate with the database for entire database system. Basically the commands are grant, commit, revoke and rollback. Using the grant, users can be created into the database for operating with the DDL or DML operation. Commit is basically used for identifying their role of work in the database system. Next one is revoke. Revoke is basically used for getting back privilege from the user. And the last one, that is called rollback, that is especially used whenever the set of action is going wrong in the wrong way and they are going to revert it back or undo the last transaction done by the user. So these are the three different type of languages command we will discuss in the next video, that is in the MySQL. Thank you.